On the heels of last night's crushing defeat for the Republican Party in the pivotal Wisconsin special election, Politico is reporting a bombshell that Donald Trump has told his inner circle that Elon Musk, who is both his shadow co-president and his biggest donor, has now become a political liability and will soon leave government. Yikes. But before we unpack all that, if you end up liking this video and you want to support the channel, please be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and alert bells before you go. All right, folks, we have increasing confirmation that the partnership in its current conception between Donald Trump and Elon Musk is coming to an end, and it appears that last night's political referendum on Musk in the form of the Wisconsin special election for the Wisconsin State Supreme Court has contributed to it. And we're going to take a look at this article in just a second. But first, I want to remind you two clips from Donald Trump recently. We did a video about this just a few days ago when Trump fielded questions from reporters in the Oval Office, kind of presaging this, kind of like indicating in advance that Musk would soon be resigning and departing from the government.
Elon Musk's special government tenure is coming to an end, 130 days, I think another month. Yeah. Do you want him to stay longer, or is it time for him to go back to running his companies in Europe?
Well, I think he's amazing, but I also think he's got a big company to run, and so at some point he's going to be going back. He wants to.
You just want to keep him around?
But, I'd keep him as long as I could keep him. He's a very talented guy. I love very smart people, and he's very smart, and he's done a good job. Doge is, we found numbers that nobody can even believe.
Yeah, because they're not true. Right? The reason nobody believes those numbers is because they've been fact-checked to hell and back as a consequence of Elon Musk's lies and his lack of substantiation for the claims regarding Doge's savings and cuts. But as you can see, Trump is basically, he's trying to massage this as best he can. He doesn't want to be seen as totally throwing Elon Musk under the bus, because that would give liberals like me too much satisfaction, especially as, we predicted that there would be an eventual cleavage between these two, especially as Musk was perceived to be a co-president. Trump and Musk were aware of that. They were aware that they were being taunted and mocked by liberals and progressives and Democrats, so they clung to each other despite the tension. So Trump isn't going to come out and say, yeah, Elon sucks, I hate Elon, Elon's a liability. He's trying to have a foot in both worlds and talk out of both sides of his mouth. Like, I'd love to keep him around forever, but, eventually he's got to go back. He's so amazing, but, obviously he's got to go back for his own businesses. Right. So again, there was indication of this. Before we get to some other reactions, let's look at this Politico article. Trump tells Inner Circle that Musk will leave soon. The president is pleased with Musk, but the decision comes as the tech mogul increasingly looks like a political liability. Donald Trump has told his inner circle, including members of his cabinet, that Elon Musk will be stepping back in the coming weeks from his current role as governing partner, ubiquitous cheerleader, and Washington hatchet man. Trump remains pleased with Musk and his Department of Government Efficiency initiative, but both men have decided in recent days that it will soon be time for Musk to return to his businesses and take on a supporting role, according to 3 Trump insiders who were granted anonymity to describe the evolving relationship. Musk's looming retreat comes as some Trump administration insiders and many outside allies have become frustrated with his unpredictability and increasingly view the billionaire as a political liability, a dynamic that was thrown into stark relief Tuesday when a conservative judge Musk vocally supported lost his bid for a Wisconsin Supreme Court seat by 10 points, a landslide crushing defeat for Trump and Musk. It also represents a stark shift in the Trump-Musk relationship from a month ago, when White House officials and allies were predicting Musk was, quote, here to stay, and that Trump would find a way to blow past the 130-day time limit, because Musk is designated as a special government employee, and on paper they have a shelf life of 130 days, especially if they're not going to be Senate confirmed. So again, a month ago they were like, yeah, he's gonna be here for the long haul. We're gonna find a way past that 130-day limit. And now it's looking like they're trying to gently shoo him towards the exit. One senior administration official said Musk is likely to retain an informal role as an advisor and continue to be an occasional face around the White House grounds. Another caution that anyone who thinks Musk is going to disappear entirely from Trump's orbit is, quote, fooling themselves, which makes sense. Again, Musk is extraordinarily powerful. He's the richest man on earth. He is a hyper-radicalized partisan and conspiracy theorist. He's incredibly dangerous to liberals, progressives, to Democrats, to a functioning democracy, and he is a useful ally to Trump. Think about it. If Trump doesn't run or to attempt to run for an unconstitutional third term, all Trump needs to do is keep Musk as an ally, financially benefit from him, and use Musk as an enforcer or as somebody to basically scare the hell out of Republican allies. Like, hey, if you don't back my initiatives in Congress, Elon Musk is going to drop $25 million, just like he effectively did during this Wisconsin Supreme Court race, to primary you. So again, he's very useful to have around. Both of them, both Musk and Trump, find the other useful. Musk, Donald Trump in the White House, as long as he can manipulate Trump or have Trump in his debt, that's extremely beneficial, at least potentially, for Elon Musk because of the lucrative government contracts that SpaceX and Tesla and other Musk business interests can enjoy, right? It can also see the cessation of investigations and probes into Musk's business, which we've seen because the various agencies and departments that Doge has targeted have been those that were investigating or probing Musk interests. So the conflict of interest and corrupt incentives from Musk to Trump are extraordinary. So again, this idea that there will be a total divorce between them, is unlikely, but there's going to be a separation of sorts, I suppose. The transition, the insiders said, is likely to correspond to the end of Musk's time as a special government employee, a special status that temporarily exempts him from some ethics and conflicts of interest rules. That 130-day period is expected to expire in late May or early June. And by the way, what a stupid conception. This idea that, well, if you temporarily work for the government, you don't have to worry about ethics and conflicts of interest rules. How about no? How about if you're here permanently? How about if you're a contracted employee? How about if you're here in the government on a temporary basis, be it in the judiciary, the legislative, or the executive? You are required to comply in full with ethics and corruption rules. How about that? Silly, I know. Musk defenders inside the administration believe that the time is right for a transition, given their view that there's only so much more he can cut from government agencies without shaving too close to the bone. Well, I thought you were going to cut $2 trillion from the federal government. And then it was $1 trillion. And now you're not even close. But as many others say, he's an unpredictable, unmanageable force who has issues communicating his plans with cabinet secretaries and through the White House chain of command, led by White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles, frequently sending them into a frenzy with unexpected and off-message comments on X, his social media platform, including sharing unvetted and uncoordinated plans to gut federal agencies. The political threat Musk poses was highlighted Tuesday after Democrats seized on Musk's roughly $20 million investment in the Wisconsin race, with some openly calling it a referendum on the polarizing mogul. Trump, however, had already started easing the glide path starting more than a week before the election, including at a March 24th cabinet meeting where he told attendees that Musk would be transitioning out of the administration, according to one of the insiders, who did not attend the meeting but was briefed at the comments. A senior administration official confirmed Musk discussed Musk's transition at the meeting. Immediately after making the announcement, Trump invited reporters and cameras in for the tail end of the meeting, where he lavished praise on Musk, who attended the meeting wearing a red MAGA hat. Cabinet secretaries, many of whom had clashed with Musk just weeks before over Musk's bull in a China shop approach to cutting their departments, in turn jumped in to hail his bureaucracy-slashing campaign. Quote, "Elon, I want to thank you. I know you've been through a lot," Trump said, mentioning death threats and the spate vandalism directed at the cars built by Tesla before calling him, quote, "a patriot," and, quote, "a friend of mine." Both men subsequently hinted publicly at a transition. When Fox News' Brett Baier asked Musk on Thursday whether he'd be ready to leave when his special government employee status expires, he essentially declared mission accomplished. Quote, "I think we'll have accomplished most of the work required to reduce the deficit by $1 trillion within that time frame." Again, no evidence of that whatsoever. None. On Monday night, Trump told reporters that, quote, "at some point, Elon's going to want to go back to his company," adding he wants to. And that's the clip I played for you. Quote, "as the president said, the White House would love to keep Elon for around as long as possible," White House spokesperson Harrison Fields said Tuesday as election results from Wisconsin rolled in. Quote, "Elon has been instrumental in executing the president's agenda and will continue this good work until the president says otherwise." But many close to Trump are increasingly relieved that Musk is expected to soon move on from his central role at Trump's side, and that the litany of Doge surprises, which have ranged from a weekend email blast demanding federal workers list their work output to accidental cuts to Ebola prevention programs, might finally be coming to a close. That's to say nothing of their concerns about Musk as a political liability who has served as a rallying point for fractured Democrats. So yeah, this marks, again, assuming it goes true, you never know with these two capricious men, it's entirely possible that they might watch my video and be like, well, I don't want to give Josiah Pondering Politics the satisfaction. By the way, Donald, Elon, please be sure to like and subscribe. But they might see people mock this and taunt them about this and say, well, hell, I'm changing course. We're going to get Elon back. I am officially declaring him co-president. There's no telling what might happen here. But the consistent signs for the past several weeks is that there is tension between Musk and Trump, particularly Musk and Trump's key advisors. And Musk has become a political liability. He is deeply unpopular. He's becoming increasingly unpopular. And you could easily make the case that he cost the Republicans and the conservatives in this country a crucial special election that they will need in order to maintain their incredibly corruptly gerrymandered advantage in the United States Congress. That could soon come to a close because Elon Musk is a stupid partisan that people rightly despise as a consequence of his own decisions. So, again, I don't know if it's a separation or a divorce. I'm not sure what it'll look like. They are obviously, between Musk and Trump, they see mutual benefit to keeping each other as allies, at least for the time being. But this does seem to be a tacit concession that even somebody as obstinate and stupid as Donald Trump recognizes, oh, shit, this guy has become a political deadweight. So let's celebrate and see what happens. In the meantime, let me know what you think in the comments.